Hello friends, welcome back to English Classes Online. My name is Benjamin. Today's video is on 7 powerful pre-writing techniques that work. How to write efficiently. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Click on the bell icon as well so that whenever new videos are uploaded on this channel, you will receive instant notification. Without much ado, let's dive into the lesson. First, we look at the agenda for this episode. Number 1, what is pre-writing? 2, why is pre-writing important? And 3, what are the pre-writing strategies and how can we use them? We are going to look at this one by one. Now, what is pre-writing? That is the first very important question we find here. Now, pre-writing is that initial part of the writing process in which the writer generates ideas, explores the writing prompt, gathers relevant pieces of information, and organizes them into a writing plan, always called an outline. Now, pre-writing is a very important aspect of the writing process, and what separates the good writer from the bad one is, the ability to pre-write or otherwise. If you master the pre-writing process, the pre-writing stage, and you explore this as a tool for writing efficiently, you will become a better writer. And that is why we are looking at pre-writing in this video. Now, a lot of people experience what is called the writer's block. This is because they ignore the pre-writing stage. Pre-writing gives you the opportunity to generate ideas, and when you are conversant with pre-writing, you will never have any shortage of ideas. Now, it is a preparatory stage during which writers expand their ideas about a prompt and think creatively and critically about what they want to say. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So goes the saying, the age-old saying. And I believe that in totality, because if you really want to get something done and done well, you need to prepare for it. Preparation is a very important aspect of every process, and preparation equips you with the wherewithal to achieve the ultimate goal. Now, that is exactly the reason we are looking at the pre-writing techniques. Why is pre-writing important? That is another critical question we want to look at this stage. Pre-writing helps writers develop clear reasoning. That's the first important benefit of using the pre-writing techniques. It helps you develop clear reasoning because, writing has to do with reasoning. I always tell my students that good products always comes as a result of good thinking. I know a particular proverb, whether it is an Asian proverb or I've forgotten which part of the world, but essentially that proverb says that good thinking yields good product. And I agree in totality. Pre-writing helps you to become a better writer because it helps you develop clear reasoning. At the pre-writing stage, when you really engage your mental faculties, you can think critically about the piece of writing you want to do, or the topic you want to write about. So you'll be able to compose your thoughts. I have always emphasized that you cannot compose a good composition until you have composed your thoughts. So composing a good piece of writing begins with composing your thoughts, developing clear reasoning, because everything you want to achieve, which has to do with excellence, involves positive reasoning. Even God himself, who created heaven and earth, he called us to uh, come and reason with him. That is the book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 18. He said, come, let us reason together. And there he made a very definite promise that no matter how bad your situation is, if you come together to reason together with him, that problem will be solved. So developing clear reasoning is a gateway to solving problems, generating ideas that work. So that is one of the major benefits of making sure you involve the pre-writing stage. Now, number 2, it helps writers to plan or brainstorm about their writing before beginning a first draft. Now, suffice it to say that it helps writers to prepare. All right, so everything you want to do, you need to really prepare. You need to plan for it. For example, if you want to build a good house, you need to draw the building plan. Then, of course, you need also to identify the types of building materials that will be required for building that house. And then you source for the materials, and you also make some other preparatory arrangements so that the work can be done according to plan. Of course, nobody builds a house today without coming out first with a building plan, because it is the building plan that specifies what should be in the building, where the sitting room should be situated, where you should have the balcony, where you should have the kitchen, the toilet facilities, and so on and so forth. And of course, the building plan specifies the type of material for the roofing, the type of material for the ceiling, and so on and so forth. Of course, most importantly, the foundation and the specification for the foundation, which will carry the entire structure. And you know that the foundation of the house is determined by the structure that it is going to carry. Now, all these are spelled out at the planning stage. So pre-writing helps writers to plan or brainstorm about their writing before beginning a first draft. Now, when you do not do any pre-writing and you just jump into writing, sometimes you get to a point that you even forget what you are going to write next. But if you pre-write and everything is specified before you start writing, you discover that the writing just flows naturally like water from its natural source. Number 3, pre-writing helps writers organize their thoughts, select their main ideas, and organize them logically with supporting details. Yes, it helps writers to organize their thoughts. It helps writers to spell out their main ideas and be able to come up with the central message of the piece of writing. Then they will be able to organize these ideas logically with the supporting details, the examples, the statistics. You need to gather pieces of information. You need to organize them. That is what Prewriting helps writers to do. Then number 4, Prewriting rather simplifies writing by making it an act of discovery. All right, because at the Prewriting stage, you discover a lot of things you couldn't have discovered by any means. That's why when some students, go to an English exam hall after writing an essay without pre-writing, without any previous, any brainstorming, any plan, any preparatory steps, they come out and they become very depressed because they remember ideas, important points, key points that ought to have been included in that essay, which they forgot to include because they didn't take some time to really organize their thoughts. All right? Now, Prewriting simplifies writing by making it an act of discovery. At the Prewriting stage, you discover new ideas, key points that ought to be part of your writing. Now, Prewriting helps you to discover what to write about and how to get started. That is really the beauty of Prewriting. Before you start writing, you have already figured out the very important things that ought to be part of your writing so that you don't write and get to a stage and say, oh, I forgot to include this one. No, planning is key. Preparation is critical. And that is what Prewriting is all about. Now, what are the Prewriting strategies or techniques and how do we use them? Let's now begin to look at the various Prewriting techniques or strategies and how to use them. The first one is brainstorming. Brainstorming is a Prewriting technique used to quickly generate lots of potential ideas and support for a piece of writing. Now, to brainstorm simply means to think critically about an idea or about a topic. All right? And brainstorming is critical thinking. All right? It enables you to really quickly generate lots of potential ideas, and you also generate some supporting details for those ideas. And there are a lot of things that come up during brainstorming. Brainstorming has also been adopted as a very powerful scientific technique, if you like, for profiling solutions to some problems. Some people form a brainstorming team and they use the brainstorming technique to actually find solutions to certain very serious problems. So brainstorming is something that enables you to invent new ideas. So I can say that brainstorming brings you to the invention stage, the stage during which you invent new ideas. All right, if you are trying to come up with a new topic for your essay or article or speech, or you want to even come up with the $1 million title for your bestseller, of course brainstorming is the Prewriting technique you need. And all various aspects of your writing will actually benefit from this Prewriting technique. It simply means focusing your mind on the given topic or subject matter and then thinking about it until the ideas begins to flow naturally. Because as human beings, we are created by a creator who decided to create us in his own image. So we are potentially creators ourselves. And because you have the capacity, you have the potential to create, these ideas are all stored in your subconscious mind, and all you need to do is to engage your mind for a moment. Just think about the topic, and the ideas will naturally come flowing like water naturally flowing from its natural source. And brainstorming naturally opens up your memory bank, and then there is a natural retrieval of the information deposited over time in your memory bank. So brainstorming is a very scientifically proven pre-writing technique. It helps because, you know, the human mind is like a computer, and of course when you have stored certain data in your computer, all you need to do is to click the right icon that will enable you to retrieve the information, and the information will all be downloaded. That's how the human mind is really created by the Almighty and the very masterful creator. All right, so you have a brain that works actively, and all you need to do is to activate it, and the ideas will come flowing. That's how powerful brainstorming is as a pre-writing technique. Now, let's look at how to use brainstorming. How do you brainstorm? Simply write down all the ideas that pop up into your head as you think about the topic. First, think about the topic. Even if you don't have a topic already, just begin to think about what you are going to write. All right? And the ideas will come flowing. Don't try to correct or refine the idea. Just jot it down. Don't worry about any writing mistakes or anything. Jot down the ideas as they come naturally flowing into your mind. And don't bother about trying to organize them. You can organize them later, all right? That is how to use brainstorming as a pre-writing technique. Then number two is free writing. You know, free writing is a pre-writing technique, you know, in which you write continuously about an idea for a specific period of time without worrying about errors in grammar, spelling, or punctuation. It is closely related to brainstorming, but free writing is, you know, a technique that enables you to write continuously. Of course, you can time yourself. You can set a time. You can give yourself time, you know, like 10 minutes, like 7 minutes, like 20 minutes. You know, give yourself time and use that time just to write whatever comes to your mind about the topic. All right. So that is exactly how to, you know, that is exactly what pre-writing is about. And of course, we can look at how to use pre-writing. Set the time. You can start with 7 to 10 minutes. Write continuously whatever comes to your mind about the topic. Don't worry about spelling, grammar, organization. Just write your thoughts down on paper. That is how to use free writing as a very powerful pre-writing technique. Number three is clustering. Clustering is a pre-writing technique that enables a writer to gather their ideas and thoughts into categories. You know, a cluster is a group of related items. Of course, if you have been in a very good garden where you have different trees with fruits, sometimes you have a cluster of fruits. All right, the kind of fruits that, you know, come as a cluster. If you look at the bananas or the plantain, then you can begin to look at what a cluster is about, because you will see many different bananas, you know, together. All right, that gives you some idea. So a cluster is a group of related ideas or a group of related objects. You know, in clustering, you gather your ideas and thoughts and categorize them. all right? You categorize them. That will help you to actually, remember the things you are going to write, because when you begin to categorize your ideas, and one idea you write down will remind you of ideas that are related to that, and then you write ideas that are related to a particular main idea, and as you categorize them, that actually helps you to expand your thoughts on that particular topic or subject matter. Now let's look at how to do clustering. Write your general subject down in the middle of a piece of paper, all right? Then jot down ideas related to that subject. If an idea has other related ideas, link them together using lines and circles to form a cluster of ideas. All right, that's exactly the way to do clustering. So you write if it is a word or a phrase, the main theme or the main word or the main phrase, the topic. Write it down in the middle of the paper, and then as you write it down there, then you jot down ideas that are related to that subject, and as you jot ideas down and connect them to that major ideas, the new idea you have written down will also remind you of other ideas that are related to that subtopic, and you write them also, and you encircle them and link them to that idea. So you link them together using lines and circles to form a cluster of ideas. That is what clustering is about, and that is a very powerful pre-writing technique. When you use any of these pre-writing techniques, you discover that you overcome the writing block or the writer's block, a situation where your mind is completely empty of ideas. The beauty of the pre-writing techniques is that they help you to overcome the writing block. You won't in any way run short of ideas, because you are using those scientific techniques that enable you to generate ideas, to create ideas. All right, that is exactly what the pre-writing techniques do. Number 4 is listing. As the name suggests, is making a list. You may be wondering, how does this become a pre-writing technique? This is a pre-writing strategy in which you make a list of words and phrases, images and ideas. It's a way to overcome writer's block and to discover, focus, and develop a topic. So just using a list, just writing down words in a list, and as you do that, you discover that more and more ideas keep pouring into your mind, because what this happens is that it also, each of these pre-writing technique works almost miraculously. It works as a trigger. As you get into doing it, it triggers off the flow of ideas, and you will be amazed at the speed with which ideas keep flowing and pouring. All right, because you have used some powerful pre-writing techniques, and that will help you to write exceedingly well. Now let's look at how to use listing as a writing technique. All you do is jot down all the possible terms that emerge from the general topic you are working on. Already you have a general topic you are working on, or the subject matter, and then the ideas that come to your mind, those words and phrases that come to your mind, you write them one by one in a list. The next thing you do is to organize the items that you have listed into logically related groups. Give each group a label. Write a sentence about the label you have given the group of ideas, and as you follow this process, you discover that you are improving your capacity to really write well. The image of the real message you want to convey will now begin to emerge as you go through this process. That is exactly how powerful these pre-writing techniques are in making you a better writer. Number 5 is a technique we call journaling. Although, keeping a journal is something a lot of people see as something that is habitual or something that people do. A lot of writers keep journals, creative writers. So when new things come into their mind, they write it down. Some prefer a diary and they put the dates and all that. But journaling is a unique pre-writing technique, that enables you to express your deepest thoughts and feelings by putting words to your inner life and then putting these words on paper. Now, journaling is closely related to free writing. In fact, journaling is a free writing technique, if you like, because there is a point of intersection between journaling and pre-writing, and free writing, because journaling enables you to write freely and express your emotions, your powerful feelings. You put them down. Some people use journaling as a way of capturing their experiences, both their happy moments and their sad moments, and they have a way of putting them down the moment these ideas are fresh and these things happen in their life. They capture them, they put them down, and of course you will be amazed at the kind of writing that actually will come out of this kind of pre-writing technique. It's a way of generating ideas for professional writing. So journaling is one of them. Now, how do you use journaling? Create or keep a journal as a place to record thoughts, ideas, and experiences as they occur to you from time to time. Use the free writing technique. Write for a specified length of time, just as in the normal free writing. You can start with 10 to 30 minutes, or you specify the number of pages you want to write, and you keep writing until you meet that target. During that period, you are already focusing your mind on a given topic, or you are writing about something that interests you. And as you pour down your ideas on paper, then of course you, in the process, like a miner, like somebody who is digging into the bowels of the earth and in search of certain minerals, then you could find some very precious pieces of information. You could stumble on certain $1,000,000 ideas that will help you to create a write-up that will eventually be a bestseller. So this is a very powerful pre-writing technique. Number 6 is a pre-writing technique we call looping. This is also a free writing technique in which you focus your ideas continually while trying to discover a writing topic. So looping, helps you to actually invent your writing topic. And it's always ideal when you free write and then you actually use it also as a stepping stone to discovering exactly what you want to write about. Now, how do you use looping? Begin with free writing. Choose the best idea, word, or phrase from what you have written down already. Underline or circle it, all right? Take that idea or topic and start free writing on it. You see, you start with free writing, and in the course of your free writing, you generate some ideas, you write certain things down. And when you are through with that stage of free writing, you take a look at the things you have written down, and then you choose the best idea or word. So in fact, looping uses free writing in gathering the raw material for each work. And from the words you have already written down at the free writing stage, you choose the best idea, word, or phrase, and then underline or circle it. Take that idea or topic and start free writing on it. That's, you now start writing on it, developing new ideas on that very topic you have picked. Then you repeat the process at least once, one more time, or as many times as you are really moved to do, until you really get what you want. So that is how to use looping as a very powerful pre-writing technique. The last but not the least is outlining. Outlining is a pre-writing technique in which the writer gives a breakdown of the main and supporting ideas in a piece of writing. Now, it comes after brainstorming and other techniques, because pre-writing uses the main ideas already created during brainstorming, to create a writing plan called an outline. I have always emphasized that when you have done sufficient brainstorming or used any other pre-writing technique, the ideas you generate, the pieces of information you gather, will then enable you to create an outline, which is a definite writing plan. Now, how do you use outlining? Identify your topic and thesis statement. Organize the main ideas from your brainstorming into a logical structure, showing the topic, the introduction that contains the thesis, the body paragraphs, and the conclusion. That, of course, gives you the framework for your writing. So essentially, outlining is the pre-writing techniques that gathers uses the pieces of information or the ideas you gathered at the time of other pre-writing techniques, and then organizes them into a definite writing plan. So when you move beyond the outlining stage, of course, you are going to write your first draft. All right, so this is how it has been. In today's video, we have taken time to discuss seven powerful pre-writing techniques that work, and we have looked at how to use these powerful pre-writing techniques to write efficiently. And you will agree with me that we actually we have seen practically that these 7 pre-writing techniques are powerful and that they really work. And I expect that the ideas you have gotten from this video will make you a powerful writer, because when you use these 7 powerful pre-writing techniques, they will help you. Of course, time could not permit me to discuss other equally powerful pre-writing techniques. One of them that I will mention in other videos and discuss elaborately is what I call the talking techniques. All right, the talking techniques. Of course, just like the free writing technique, we can call that the free talking technique. Today we have different recording devices that can enable you to record what you speak, and speaking is another powerful technique. I want to devote a different lecture to talking about this very powerful, equally powerful pre-writing technique that really works equally. So thank you for being part of today's episode. Watch out for the next videos, because on this channel I always upload new videos every week. There's really no week that passes without my uploading new videos that are really very, very important. And in most cases, I also respond to requests from subscribers, from viewers. So if you have any topic in mind that you would want me to discuss in subsequent videos, comment on it and make that suggestion in the comment section below. I will respond to it quite promptly. If you have any questions, if you have any comments or concerns, please leave them in the comment section, because all your comments are very powerful motivation for my work. Whatever you put down there will really help me in improving on what I am doing on this channel. And don't forget that you guys are the reason why I am doing what I am doing. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of you. If you have not subscribed to this channel, this time has come for you to please kindly do that, because that is actually a very proper way of giving me the support that I need to continue doing what I am doing on this channel. If you have enjoyed today's video, click on the like button, like the video, and also click on the share button and share the video with your friends and relations. Don't forget to click on the bell icon after subscribing, so that when the next video goes live on this channel, you will be the next to receive a notification. God bless you, and goodbye for now.